Next, I'm going to talk about the file called package-lock.json. Now, once you use npm install, this file will be generated for you automatically. So why do we need this file? If you take a look at package.json, right now we're using Lodash 4.17.15 or above. Of course, if we have a new version, for example, 4.17.16 or 4.19.0, then if you use npm install or npm update, then they will install a newer version. Well, in most cases, that's not a big problem. But what if the newer version will break? Okay, even though they claim they will not break my current program, but there's a chance that it will break the current project. So package-lock.json will give us a chance to do a snapshot of the current dependency tree. So let's take a look at what is in package-lock.json. Okay, as you can see here, we have our dependencies, and it's really a tree, because if I collapse them, we got those dependencies. So here's dependencies. And every dependency has an exact version number, 1.9.0. That means right now I'm using this version. So even though there's a new version, for example, 1.9.5, if you're using lock, then when you do npm install, you do not use that new version. You use the exact same version. So this caused a problem. Let me show you another one. Lodash. Okay, it's right here. So I'm using this exact version. If you're using lock.json, then this version will be downloaded, even though we have a new version like 16 or 19 or 4.20 or something, it will not be installed. So this solved the problem that, hey, this project works on my machine. Well, even though you're using the same packages, but it doesn't work on your machine because we have some very minor differences between the versions of the packages. So I highly recommend using package lock. It really kind of duplicate the development environment on different machines. So if you share your project to a different person, and that different person will get the exact same dependency tree, and it will launch your program if everything is correct. And that person can reproduce what happened on your machine. So using package-lock.json is really a lifesaver. The last topic of Node.js is how do we define NPM scripts? And why do we need NPM scripts? Well, you don't really need it, okay? By using NPM scripts, that can make your job, a developer's job, much easier. The package.json file supports a format for specifying command line tasks that can be run by using npm run then task name. And this task name can be anything. For example, in this case, there's a task called start the application. So using npm run start is really equivalent to typing node index.js. Remember, index.js is the entry point, right? So you don't really need to define npm scripts, but defining it will make your job much easier. Well, in this case, you probably won't see the benefits. npm run start, it's not that easy than just type node index.js. But think about this. What if you download a project from somebody else, right? And somebody else have a different entry point, maybe call it app.js or main.js, or there are many flags after it. So it would be tedious for somebody else that's not familiar with this project to know how to start a project. But if we all know npm run start will start a project, then no matter what you write here, it will be executed. So think of npm run start as an alias for some long commands here. Okay, in this case, it's not very obvious the benefit, but later on you will see the benefit. Okay, so here, for example, do you want to type this, or do you want to type npm run watch? Do you want to type this, or do you want to type npm run dev or prod? So that's why we like npm scripts. It makes your job easier. Okay, so let's go back to VS Code. So let me close this. So right now, in order to start the project, I have to type node index.js, right? But I can simplify that. So go to package.json. So I probably want to delete this. Okay. We have start node index.js. All right, now this time down here in the terminal, we can use npm run start. Now remember, once we do this, we're going to have UIDs. Okay, so it's the same thing, right? Okay, so we're going to talk more about NPM scripts when we go to the next lecture. Okay, which we're going to talk about how to build a SPA using Vue, single page application using Vue. Well, in that case, we're going to use Webpack, we're going to use Babel, and so on and so forth. And the benefit of using NPM scripts will become more clear.